Hi once again everyone, it's Eric here. It's a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. Sorry we didn't do one last evening. I had to catch up on a lot of work last evening after our severe weather in the afternoon, and we had an internet outage, and it was a long day. Today, I'm all caught up, so let's talk weather. And what an interesting change over the last 24 hours. Of course, wind was a story again today. At the Youngstown Warren Airport, we had a peak wind gust of 48 miles per hour. This is after, during our thunderstorms yesterday, we had a peak gust of 67 miles per hour at the Youngstown Warren Airport. So a windy couple of days across the valley. Now, that was kind of in between hours at 12:23 this afternoon. Weather observations are routinely taken near the top of each hour. And here's a look at those hourly wind gust readings at the Youngstown Warren Airport today, showing a lot of 30 mile per hour gusts from midday through the afternoon and into this evening as well. The wind is starting to diminish. The National Weather Service has allowed the wind advisory to expire at 7 o'clock. A lot of clouds today, chilly temperatures. Occasionally we had some spritzes and sprinkles and even some fairly legitimate rain showers earlier on this morning. Not much more than a sprinkle or a quick shower tonight. There's actually one more disturbance that's going to rotate down out of Canada and kind of enhance the clouds again overnight, maybe enhance those stray raindrops and sprinkles overnight. Our big picture for your Wednesday, only expecting a high of 56 tomorrow. That's better than today, but still below the average of 65. The record high set not that long ago, back in 2012, it was 88. The record low in 1986, 26 degrees, 14 hours and 4 minutes of daylight tomorrow. And in case you missed this stat, January through April, the fifth wettest period from January to April on record in Youngstown, and tied for first on the list of warmest January to Aprils on record here in Youngstown. All right, so this little disturbance comes through tonight. Then high pressure is going to pay us a visit tomorrow briefly. This will give us some sunshine after a fairly cloudy start. Enjoy that. Take advantage of it if you can. Things go downhill on Thursday with some showers likely. I'm not sure if this is an all-day rain. I kind of suspect it's an all-day rain in northwest Ohio. But we might try to get into some drier air here in eastern Ohio and western PA, making it so it doesn't rain the entire day. But I certainly wouldn't count on a whole lot of dry time on Thursday. Friday's kind of interesting. As the low moves overhead, we may get into a pocket of relatively quiet weather right under the low, with the steady rain pushing east and the backlash rain well off to the west. I think there'll be some showers here and there Friday, but I don't think overall Friday is any sort of a soaker. Rainfall totals from Thursday through Friday night. Here's a look at a few of our models. The RPM model only goes out through Thursday night. That's why you see it drop off. That's that green line. The purple line, the European, and the NAM model in the orange, both kind of in agreement that we'll see at least an inch worth of rain. The GFS model, quite a bit less, and the CMC, or the Canadian model, is not playing this evening, not participating. So it doesn't show any accumulation as far as rain goes. That won't be right. There'll be some rain. All right, interesting pattern in the longer range, not one a lot of people are going to like. As we go towards the end of the week and into the weekend, pretty big deep trough is going to set up over the Great Lakes, and raw windy weather coming up on Saturday, rain showers around. This is going to be not great as we kick off the weekend, and a true omega block pattern is really going to set up as we go into next week. One of those patterns that we call it an omega block because it kind of looks like the Greek letter omega. Kind of looks like this, where you have lows on each coast almost, and then a bubble of high pressure in the middle of the country. Well, that low over New England is what's going to keep us locked in the cool air and occasional rain and just inclement weather through probably parts of next week. Now, I think we'll get a break from the rain for a couple of days early next week, but we're not going to get much of a break from the temperatures next week. I think it's going to be another pretty cool week by May standards. Over the next 10 days, I think just about every day is at least somewhat cooler than average. Friday is a day where we could get up in the mid-60s, pretty close to average, but then the mother lode of chilly weather is here for the weekend. I've got highs in the 40s this weekend. Low temperatures by Sunday night, and again Monday night might begin to be a bit of a story as well. So that's kind of the broad strokes. Let's take a look at some of the details for the weekend, and I've got two things I want to concentrate on here, aside from the rain. Here's a look at Saturday, showing some light green around. Looks like no big deal, right? Well, when you dig into the meteorological data a little bit farther, you know, it's not going to take much if we get a couple of heavier showers, for there to be some grapple or some soft hail trying to mix in with the rain on Saturday. The temperatures upstairs in the atmosphere are going to be pretty cold, so I wouldn't be shocked if we had some small hail or some grapple mixed in with those rain showers on Saturday. And I think showers will stick around into Sunday as well. And the big question for gardeners, and by the way, Saturday night into Sunday morning, you see the blue on here? This is probably overdone. Oops, let me go back. This is probably overdone, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone saw some stray snowflakes Saturday night and Sunday morning. Then I want to talk about the frost and freeze potential. It'll depend on the cloud cover. If the clouds clear out Sunday night, here's a look at the GFS model, and let me show you what the GFS is showing as far as overnight low temperatures. You'll have to look carefully here. In fact, let's just zoom in to our local area. The GFS is suggesting we're in the mid-20s Sunday night and Monday morning. This is probably overdone as far as the cold, but it's something to watch for if you've planted already. Nothing unusual here. You know, we get freezes into May, even in warm springs, and this will be something to watch out for, not only Sunday night, but again, Monday night as well. Here's a look at Monday night into Tuesday morning. GFS model showing a chance of temperatures dropping into the mid-20s. Now, we're several days away here, and we've got other modeling to look at as well. But I want to start putting it on people's radars that we have a 2-night possible frost and freeze threat across the valley Sunday night and again Monday night, and that's after a cold weekend with maybe some grapple Saturday, maybe a few wet snowflakes Saturday night. So we've been talking about this. We put out our May forecast last week calling for a chillier than average May. May may be more like April typically is. April was more like May typically is, just like February and March kind of switched places this year as well. So, more updates on the frost and freeze potential and everything else you need to know about the weekend coming in future editions of Weather for Weather Geeks and my forecasts on 21 News at 6 and 11. Make sure you're following me on all the social media outlets. If you are on Twitter or Instagram, I am Eric WFMJ. On those outlets, love Twitter. It's a great way to get weather information out there. I actually prefer it to Facebook. Facebook is what most people are on, but Twitter has fewer things standing in your way of getting the actual information. So follow me everywhere if you're onto social media. I'm posting all sorts of good stuff 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, basically. All right, that's it for tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow evening.